Today you get a bird's eye view of what it looks like to demo a house, and this one is really close to the house next door. Not just going to be knocking this house over, we're actually going to fold it in like a stack of cards. That way everything stays contained on our site. It doesn't fall down onto the house right next door. Nothing falls down onto the sidewalk. As you're watching this bird's eye view, just watch how carefully we take out the center of this structure, and then we gently grab the edges of the building and we collapse them in, and we push all of the debris into the basement. This particular house has an 8-foot basement, and we absolutely fill this up. That gives us the capability of driving the machine onto the top of the pile so we can gain access to that dangerous chimney. If you look right up at the very tip top of that house, that chimney, if that falls uncontrolled, that can go anywhere. Particularly where we don't want it to go is into the cab of the machine. I don't care about wrecking the machine, but I worry about hurting my operators. So we use, it's a very slow process. When I say slow process, this house literally took us about 30 minutes to knock down, and that's being very methodical about how we're actually doing it. If we really wanted to tear this house down quickly, 10 minutes. 10 minutes max, we could have a house like this down. But we've got a house right next door. We've got a sidewalk that you can see in this shot that we cannot have any debris go on. And of course, we can't hit the neighbors that are peeking out through the windows right now. So we fold everything right into this basement, and then we push all the debris into the basement and crawl right over the top of all the debris. And at the end of the video, you're going to see how we're able to just sit right where the house used to exist and load the trucks. One thing that we're going to do differently that I don't recommend doing is we're actually using dump trucks to haul the debris out. The reason we are using dump trucks is simple. It keeps our own guys busy. Now, if this was the heart of the season, if this was summer, spring, summer, or fall, there's no way I'd be using dump trucks to haul this house out because we're just too swamped with work. The quickest way to get this house down and off the site is by using 40-yard cans or dumpsters. A typical house like you're seeing here will fill up 3, maybe 4 40-yard dumpsters. Now the concrete basement that this house has will be using 10-yard dumpsters if you go the dumpster route. Now in our case, we're just using our own dump trucks simply because it keeps our own guys busy. So enjoy the video, watch how we carefully fold everything in. This is the eye of the machine. In this shot, you can see where we're literally stuffing the entire house into the basement. That gives us a safe platform to work off from. We don't use the house cap, which is the main floor cap. We don't ever crawl out on that because if that caves through, you can have an excavator that tips sideways and ends up kittywampus on you. To control how that chimney falls, we're going to remove everything possible around that chimney. The chimney is a freestanding structure. It doesn't depend on the rest of the house for support. So, to make sure that we get that chimney to fall exactly into the center of the house, we carefully pick everything away around it. That gives us the ability to reach up to the top of the house and just give that chimney a little flick, just a little tap, and it's going to go directly where we want it. Alright, you're going to be upside down for a moment here because the camera is mounted to the top of the boom arm on this Kobelco SK160 excavator. And just to make sure we're getting all the shots we need for this video, we periodically stop the camera, adjust it, and then restart it. That's what you're seeing us do right here. We're going to take down that chimney in a moment. Our job is to make removing that chimney look simple. If you're going to be demolishing a house for your first time on your own, that thing is the most dangerous part of the job. It will kill you if it falls wrong. So make sure you're very careful with this part of the job. I don't want to see you guys and gals out there doing this type of work get hurt because you randomly go into a structure and you just start knocking it down unaware that that chimney won't fall the way you want it to. You can see right here how he's carefully folding everything over and into the middle of the building, picking away. Now this house could have easily just been pushed right over, but he's picking away at the entire thing so that he can make sure that it falls exactly how he has it planned. Now if you're going to be loading trucks, 30-yard dumpsters, don't be afraid to pack them tight. Now a 30 or a 40-yard dumpster can handle a maximum weight of about 10 tons safely. But that wood, that debris, it's light, it's filled with air spaces, so just smash it in there, baby. Don't hold back. When we're packing our own trucks, we make sure that we push down on that load, we get them as tight as possible. Then when it dumps, it squeezes out, and it's just like kind of folding a car up into itself. It's the same thing with this house. We just crush